Welcome then to Wembley here on BBC Sport, one of the great days in the Rugby League calendar. The Betfred Challenge Cup follows later from 2 o'clock on BBC One, but for now here on the red button, on the iPlayer and online, it's the AB Sundecks 1895 Cup Final, where two former foes, two old favourites from Wembley, Featherstone Rovers and the York City Knights, are back on the big stage for the first time in a good long while. For Rovers, 1983 was the last time they graced this famous old stadium when they stunned Hull under the old Twin Towers. For York, you probably have to chat to Grandad or Great-Grandad to find out anyone who was back there in 1931. But for both these sides, there's an air of anticipation. They are looking forward to their moment in the sunshine, in the spotlight, and in front of the television cameras. My name is Matt Newsom. Alongside me this afternoon is the former Sheffield Eagles and Hull FC Challenge Cup winning coach, currently the Bradford boss as well, and a distinguished player with it, John Keir. John, you'll have faced both of these sides within the championship season, but this is an extra special day for both of those sets of fans.
It's a very, very special day indeed, and you know, congratulations to the RFL with regard to this, because you can see by the people in here there is an atmosphere already in the build-up to the big event. But this event in itself is indeed a massive event for these players. Often at this level of competition, they won't get the joy of running out in such an iconic and such a great stadium. Well, these men are today. And, you know, both sides littered with players who've played Super League, and both sides, especially the York side, littered with players who've featured at Wembley.
And in some respects, we're grateful to have a game today. Both sides have had to battle the pandemic, COVID, as it has really struck. But, I mean, we'll come to the teams in just a moment as they are gathering in the tunnel. We've got Paul Marsh with his flat cap on, and we've got James Ford ready to lead his side out. Both coaches suited and booted. The players are pumped, so are the fans. The trophy stands before them on its plinth. They will pass it. They will no doubt dream about grasping it come at the end of the 80 minutes here at Wembley. But York City Knights, their fans, have waited so long to come to this famous, magnificent venue to cheer on their team, and now they are getting the chance. And Featherstone Rovers, there is folklore within this club, the little mining village, as Ray French put it, the day they spooked Hull in that famous final in 1983. The class of 2021 has its chance to put themselves in that pantheon of famous memories. So time for some presentations. John will have Laura Beaumont from AB Sundecks, the sponsor, and Mike Smith, the former Hull Kingston Rovers chief exec, and Simon Johnson as well. We'll do a little introduction to the players of both sides, the captains, of course, Chris Clarkson for York, and James Lockwood, who's had to scurry back here from Wakefield, his home, where he went home as his wife was about to give birth. He's back here in action, but I doubt he'd have had any sleep whatsoever.
It's marvellous to see somebody like James Lockwood, though, has been a great servant to the Featherstone Rovers club, you know, leading a team out at Wembley, and I'm sure this will be one of, if not the highlight of his career.
So the players just being greeted by the sponsors and by Mike Smith as well. The referees as well, led by Robert Hicks this afternoon, the match officials team. And now time for the York players as well. And their captain, Chris Clarkson, has been a winner here with Leeds, and some of that experience John was talking about is threaded through. Not everyone's been a winner here. The likes of Kieran Dixon and Danny Kermond have played under, and even Ben Jones-Bishop have played under this magnificent venue, this magnificent setting, but have come away with that empty-handed. But in some respects, the old adage is you have to lose one to win one.
Well, yes, there's plenty of Wembley experience, as you pointed out, Matt, in this York team. And surprisingly, as Featherstone Rovers are the favourites, there's less Wembley experience amongst that lineup, so rather ironic.
So now time for the anthems. The anthem, our national anthem, which will be performed by Ricardo Pinella.
Portuguese opera singer
And he's a Portuguese opera singer, and he will take us through our national anthem.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen, God save the Queen. Song her victorious, happy and glorious, long for reign over us, God save the
So the fireworks fizz and crackle. That was the national anthem. We'll have the 13 seconds gesture in support of the Tackle It campaign. Rugby league against discrimination of all forms. Players encouraged to take their own personal stance, whether it be kneeling or standing tall. So we'll have 13 seconds of that. And then the proceedings will be underway. Polite applause growing around the ground here. Two enthusiastic mobs of support and a smattering of other club shirts as well. This is what the Challenge Cup Day is all about, with the added bonus of an 1895 Cup final to boot. So the flags will be cleared, the huddles will be completed, and we will be set for a cup final with a prize at the end of it and the chance to climb the steps to that Wembley Royal Box. Let's all look at the teams. Featherstone Rovers, despite all the COVID problems, it's a strong lineup. The half-backs in particular, New Brown and Dane Chisholm, possess real quality, as does fullback Craig Hall.
You're going left. You're going right. Thank you.
And the York City night side, again, plenty of strength in depth there. Kieran Dixon goes to fullback. Whether he'll have reminders of his 2015 performance against Leeds for Hull Kingston Rovers is another thing, but there's plenty of experience too. Danny Westbrook and Tim Spears, two old heads. So we are so close now. Robert Hicks is today's match official. In the beaming sunshine, the sun is cascading out here over Wembley. And Rovers will get us underway. First dibs at the ball will go York's way. Craig Hall is capable of an awkward kickoff. And John Keir, as this one sails through the air towards those York players. What are you anticipating? How do you see this one playing out?
Well, first of all, Matt, I think the RFL have hit on something here with this curtain raiser to the main event, because there is a good atmosphere already within the stadium, a good sort of 3 hours before the main event. But with this game, I'm expecting a much tighter game than most people. I think York will really up their game despite their indifferent league form. And obviously Featherstone, strong favourites with a 100% record in the league this season.
Yeah, an early work for York to do. Looking to get their way forward. Washbrook that time took the carry. Shuddering into contact, Tim Spears. Now Mikey Lewis, who's been in decent form for Hull Kingston Rovers in his cameo appearances, but it's Craig Hall at the back, looking at loping stride forward.
Well, York will be happy, Matt, that they completed that set, got to the kick, but Featherstone, conversely, will also be happy because look where they're playing the ball, 30 metres away from their line, so they really did invest some energy in their defence.
Yeah, New Brown locked up that time.
Here we are, hold. Or meet him for the
Some familiar names on show for those with a love of nostalgia. Time down the cow, of course, the son of former Castleford and York player Tawera Nakau. New Brown moves the ball on to Lockwood. Slugs into contact there.
There's some good line speed, you know, from this York City Knights side, Matt.
Yep, certainly early in 10. Chisholm looking to find the space in behind with a threaded kick.
40-20. That's a 40-20, Matt. Great kick from Dane Chisholm. Just inside, he kept himself inside the 40-metre area, put the ball over the sidelines within 20 metres of the York City Knights team. Consequently, it's Featherstone's ball, and the restart with a tap 20 metres in from the sideline.
Yep, Sweeting taps. Ball moved on in field to Lockwood. shuddering stuff from him. As Featherstone creep closer towards that York line. Sweeting moved on to Chisholm, turned back on the inside to Davis. Muscular stuff. Here come Featherstone Rovers. Oh, the ball's popped out loose. Penalty goes Featherstone's way.
Yes, a penalty that I'm sure that Featherstone will take the two, because it is a final, and all you can do with finals is win the things. But is this an indication of the confidence? Yes, it is. Confidence, Featherstone Rovers. They're going for the jugular, going for the 6 points.
Yep, New Brown moves it on to Louis McConnell.
One move, Chris, get square or hit
The back rower.
Get square. Hold, go.
Here they come again, Lockwood. Chisholm, they're threatening out wide here. That's a strong run. Swarming defence in the end. As Craig Hall sensed the line beckoning. Davis was tackled. Lockwood moves it on, McConnell. It's all a bit scrappy here. New Brown frees the pass wide to Hardcastle. But credit to York.
Defence, absolutely first-class defence from the York City Knights there. They are under the cosh with this repeat set from Featherstone. They've got the 40-20, they've had a penalty, but look how well they're handling it.
Featherstone Rovers throwing some shape. Chisholm with the kick. That's chaos at the back. Has not been grounded in the corner. Joe, he's been denied. Jacob Doyle can't have been far away.
Well, what an opportunity there for the youngster. Almost with his first touch of the ball, almost comes up with a try from a really good Dame Chisholm kick behind the York defensive line, but could not control the ball, could not get downward pressure on the ball. So York let off, but credit to them, 3 sets York defended within their own 20-metre line. First-class defence.
It's a steamy hot day here, not a cloud in the sky. And as that sun moves across, every blade of grass will eventually come under the sun's glare. So it's going to get hotter and hotter. Well, it's a knock on there from York.
Well, they needed to look after the ball for that set. It was Tim Spears, who has been a great servant for the York City Knights. And you see there, just lost the ball in the tackle. And although he's claiming that it was knocked out, for me, that's just collision in the tackle. And it was a loose carry. So Featherstone consequently no scrums. So restarting with the play of the ball.
Tim Spears, former Featherstone player, of course. And his last try came against Featherstone in April 2019. Boy, how he'd love to score one today. But it's Fev who have the ball right now. Angling across field, Craig Cobjack. Played here for Wales in the 2011 Four Nations.
He's been in great form as well this season. Craig Cobjack really has given his career a new fillip, you know, and he's played tremendously well this season.
McConnell setting a platform that time, Sweeting. Chisholm goes wide to Hall. That's just another smart kick in behind. Dixon had to get there. And he's knocked that on. And Featherstone Rovers are just turning up the heat here, John.
They really are, yes. Header from Tim Spears initially. Then at the end of the set, there was that little kick through from Craig Hall. And Dixon just could not claim the ball. So error is just giving Featherstone possession. They're mounting up the possession stats of the Featherstone Rovers side, and they'll be hoping and expecting, I believe, to come away with something with this set.
New Brown with the footwork. I guess some of those Featherstone Rovers fans into voice. Sweeting again, picking the lock. He also had a game on loan at York City Knights. And a swap deal with Perry Whiteley early in the season. Sweeting onto Lockwood, who will go himself. A bruising collision there. Featherstone throwing all sorts here. Still they're standing firm. Little sneak there from dummy half. He's stopped in its tracks.
Yeah, they're doing really well, York, but Featherstone need to move the ball a little more. They're a bit more shape, but They're opting for the direct route.
Yeah, Kolchak burrowed in, held up.
And it just ain't working, and credit to York City. Again, I believe it's now the last tackle. So let's see what Noel Brown or Dane Chisholm have got to come up with.
Yeah, we've seen what wonder Dane Chisholm's got in his boots already. Here goes Chisholm, it's footwork this time. Is it opening up for Dane Chisholm? Featherstone Rovers hit the front in the cup final. Dane Chisholm with a moment of magic on the back of the pressure, and the butcher stripe is in full effect.
Well, what clever play there from Chisholm, it really was. Everyone in this stadium expected a kick. It was the last play, York at controlling, and what does he do? He pulls out a magic right foot step that really takes him past Tim Spears, and he's got the ability then to keep his footwork and evasive skills going, to evade Dixon and a clutch of other York defenders to ground the ball. Tremendous last tackle power play, running the ball on the last tackle for Dame Chisholm. And it had to come, Matt, it had to come with just all the possession that Featherstone had mounted early in this game.
I'll walk back with him now.
So York City nice behind Featherstone Rovers are bouncing
Well done, Mark. Good confidence.
on the back of that Dane Chisholm try. Craig Hall has the opportunity
You've had a minute, Craig.
to kick this one. So Dane Chisholm lighting up Wembley with some irrepressible footwork, and Craig Hall from bang in front says thank you very much, and Featherstone march on to a 6-point lead.
Hold on the goal line, mate.
Well, a marvellous start that for the Featherstone Rovers side. 6 points up, 8.5 minutes into the game, and they'll be really, really pleased how they've started. They've looked after the ball well, they've built pressure well, and they've taken advantage of that pressure. York, one or two things certainly to correct. The most blatant being the number of errors that they're making, especially Matt, on a day like this. It's searingly hot, and it will just drain your energy if the opposition have constantly got the ball.
Yeah, they've got an attacking threat, haven't they, York? But unleashing it is going to be key. And you see just how much defensive steel Featherstone Rovers have got, and then you say compounded by further errors. Chisholm gathers that one in the in goal. It's a long kick, but they've been allowed to work their way out of danger here.
Yeah, but York will be happy if they keep the first 2 tackles within the 20-metre zone. They'll feel happy with that from a kick-off. But Craig Hall did a good job there, almost cleared his 20-metre, which you'll see by the red stripe in the on the pitch.
Yeah, one player we haven't seen too much of yet, who was involved in an early carry in that set, was this set, should I say, is Gareth Gale. Prolific doesn't really sum it up. 20 in 14 games this season for him. Can play a bit of back row as well. Another player from the Featherstone Lions Academy setup, as that one's down the throat of Ben Jones-Bishop, and this is where they can be a little bit dangerous, isn't it? Some of that broken feel.
It is. He went for a 40-20 again, did Jane Chisholm, but didn't quite strike that as well. But also credit to Ben Jones-Bishop, because he'd read that and dropped back to cover the sideline.
And they really are ramping up here, York. Perry Whiteley taking that carry. Chubb, Spears onto Teenby.
He's got to carry him as Jack Teenby.
Battering ram stuff from York. Chubb sneaks on the short side. Chubb almost through. Last one here for York. Swung into the hands of Lewis. Puts a kick. Chase between Ben Jones-Bishop. Oh, what a take that is from Ben Jones-Bishop. It didn't take long for York to reply, and they're back within 2.
Yeah, what a riposte that was. That was a really good attacking set from the York City Knights. Asked plenty of questions. They got the hooker Will Jubb, who pitted behind the ruck area, but from that the kick came. He feigned to go to his right, chased it, went to his left. Became a contest between Gale and Jones-Bishop, and Jones-Bishop showing his Super League class there, rising above Gareth Gale. Great catch, that's great skill to catch the ball at arm's length with a contest in hand as well, and to plonk the ball over the the whitewash. Great end to that set, but it was a very, very good attacking set, full stop. So what a riposte.
Yeah, the platform laid by some thunderous carries, and a moment of class oozing at the end of it from the combination of Mikey Lewis and Ben Jones Bishop. Now it's all about Kieran Dixon, and he has, it's fair to say, a unique style when it comes to kicking goals. Kieran Dixon from this left touch line has pulled that across the face, but York City United's on the board and plenty to be satisfied with.
Oh, they'll take great heart from that. You know, Featherstone had several sets before they crossed. That's the first time York have really been threatening the Featherstone goal line, and they came up trumps with a really good kick try. So it's fascinating. 12 minutes gone, 6 points to 4. Searing heat. Throw all the lot in.
We are in for a humdinger, I think. The York fans amassed to our left here at the end, where they have just scored. Likewise, Featherstone at the opposite end. And Mikey Lewis feels the kick-off, and immediately they're back into the grind. Ronan Dixon that time. Jack Teamy with the next carry. And I think York might have stumbled upon their formula. It might be simple, but it's certainly effective.
Yeah, exactly right. They're getting lots of ruck around, lots of joy around that ruck area. You see there, Kieran Dixon stepping back into the marker or a defender, first defender area, and it's really worked very effectively for them before Lewis has got this kick away on the fourth tackle.
Yeah, Gareth Gale with a bit of a juggle. Went backwards, and he is back into the attack, but swarming forth again, those yellow shirts. Almost wasp-like. And we are into the arm wrestle of an 1895 Cup final here. What did I say? 1985? 1895? We are here. We are 1895.
Yeah, we know what you meant, Matt. It's York and Featherstone out there.
Not Wigan and Hull.
Come on. Go. Well done.
So here come Featherstone. New Brown turns it back on the inside to Kopjak.
Move together,
A good set this from Featherstone. Very efficient. The last two sets have been, I think, after the initial surge of energy that both teams have had, I think there's it's just settled a little now.
Yeah, Ben Jones Bishop, who soared for that try. Now taking a little bit of tough stuff in for this York side, tying down the car. You can almost see the resemblance, the running style. Maybe not as thick set as his dad, but definitely has that style.
Again, though, around the back of the ruck, they're really getting into that area, that hole behind the ruck area.
They'll have another crack here through Clarkson, skidding on his knees on this turf, which is lush and green in the sunshine.
John Davis, you're off.
Moved infield again, Team B.
Clever play from Washbrook. He got the ball from the sideline into the middle of the field, which makes the kick options a lot easier.
Yeah, they've got two sides of the field to aim at here. Kieran Dixon is going to put the ball up. Underneath it is Spence, or Doyle should I say, and Jacob Doyle did very well under the circumstances.
Yeah, that was it was Jason Bass, wasn't it, with a very good chase, and just as he received the ball, the youngster copped it. Great chase, that one.
So Gale is into acting half, and will be pushed aside here. He will take this one up for Featherstone.
He's a big man, isn't he, Gareth Gale? He really is.
He's got a long way to get back to his normal spot as well. Davies, another of those players who's served at Featherstone with distinction. Former Castleford player, of course. Chisholm splits the fullback and the winger that time.
Yeah, well, fullback and wing there covering the sideline after the 40-20 threat. So a sensible kick there from Dane Chisholm, once again just aiming for the post.
And York again, maybe back to their rhythm. Offside penalty. And this might give them a leg up here.
Yeah, that's just what they needed, the City Knights there. Featherstone a little over eager. You can see there, Craig Kopjak, I believe it was. And he was in play, so Referee Robert Hicks quite rightly called it for offside, and it's a great start for. It's a great starting point for the set for York. 30 metres out from the Featherstone Rovers goal line.
Jubb tracking the play. Danny Washbrook, that first receiver, go to the opposite side of the route that time. But York pressing, and Danny Kermond is the man leading that charge. Jubb to Washbrook, skimming. Short ball that time into Clarkson. Featherstone on their own goal line here. Jubb to attack. Held out there.
He's certainly started the game well, hasn't he? Jubb is a real handful.
Lewis with the kick. Down the goal. That was fingertips.
What a good kick that was from Mikey Lewis. Saw the defensive line from the Featherstone Rovers coming up. And that's got great skill, you know, left foot dab through the defensive line, and almost for Nicow to take York into the lead.
But it was just agonisingly short, and Featherstone lived to retain their lead here. Here comes Hardcastle. And this is zero tackle. On the back of a 7-tackle set. Sweeting onto Lockwood. Lockwood's away. Dragged down as he was about to scamper clear. Another set restart here. Sweeting.
That could be costly, that could be costly. As it just wipes the tackle count down. So once again they've got a full set and in good attacking position for the blue and whites.
Louis McConnell slugging it out with the York forwards there. They'll come down the short side. Oh, was that forward pass? And that will be absolutely burning Paul March, who's obviously standing in as the assistant coach for the absent James Webster. He will be seething with that, because that was just simple execution.
It was, yes. It was the initial pass. This one there from Sweeting to Chisholm. Chisholm just overrun the play. Forced Sweeting to just pass the ball slightly forward. Robert Hicks eagle-eyed, and from that set restart, that's really let York off the hook. It has.
So it's finally poised as we head to the first quarter. 19 gone. And it's nip and tuck at the moment. Jubb jumping out. Downicow. York starting to bare their teeth in this set. Jubb finds Lewis. Got runners outside of him. Oh, it's a crash ball. Beautifully timed. The A defender had overread, and there was a big gap for him to charge through. Here comes Cuthbertson. Jubb follows the play. York have freshened things up here. Lewis, that's a huge pass. Oh!
Great tackle.
Gareth Gale.
Great tackle. They ran the ball on the last tackle there, and they know the threat of Ben Jones-Bishop, and that's who Mikey Lewis was looking for. But look at Gale there, big man. Look at that contact there. Virtually put him in the back of the stand. What a tremendous tackle that was from Gareth Gale. Good set though, good set.
Outstanding defence. And so York City Knights so close to a route to the line there, but Featherstone live to survive that set, and now it's their turn to throw a few metaphorical punches here. Davis.
They've settled down now, York, haven't they? And it's becoming a real good game, a high-quality game.
Ball moved wide to Lockwood. Harrison involved in that one. Hardcastle lassoed there by Downicow. Gareth Gale trying to inject himself into the game. Last one here for Featherstone, just over halfway. Chisholm's boot. And it's a take in the sunshine, and it's been spilled. Now that touchline by Perry Whiteley. And those costly errors.
Yeah, well, you can see there, he's trying to shade his eyes from the sun, which is beating down. But a clever kick that from Chisholm. Ball high into the sun, and Whiteley just lost sight of it, and consequently, it's Featherstone with a great attacking possibility.
James Harrison crashing forward
Goal line, hold, go, stay with
from acting half sweeting. Harrison, I should say Lockwood, and that's a beautiful finish. Beautifully finished.
Craig Kopchak, I think it was, Matt. But he did really well, highly skilled that, you know, because it was just a tip-on pass, and he looked initially as if he was going to spill it, because he was under pressure from that York defence. But he managed to secure it. See there, the ball from Sweeting. And it goes to Lockwood, and there's the tip-on ball to Kopchak, who really came onto it. But my word, it took some grasping holding, a little bit of a juggle. It's a magician. It's over for the try.
Craig Kopchak has built on that lead for Featherstone in front of their fans. And Rovers, the pre-match favourites, certainly going so by the scoreboard at the moment, but it has been a really good and open contest so far.
Great first 20 minutes, but again, Featherstone have capitalised on York's errors. You know, it was Whiteley's spill of the kick that gave Featherstone the field position. In my word, they don't take much inviting onto your line. They're absolutely lethal. And a really good try for Craig Kopchak there, courtesy of James Lockwood, prop to prop. I'm sure they'll be telling everybody about that tonight.
Yeah, great hands. And now Craig Hall strokes it through. 2 converted scores for Featherstone Rovers. And it's advantage Fev at the moment with an 8-point ball game.
Well, very important now for York to kick this ball long and deep, and to up the ante in defence, to complete a really aggressive defensive set.
Well, we said that York had settled down, and they have, but then they just keep compounding field position with little moments. Kieran Dixon spilling the ball, Perry Whiteley spilling the ball.
Yeah, and they take advantage. No doubt the quality in this Featherstone Rovers side will allow them to take advantage, and that's what they're doing consistently.
So Chisholm moving the ball onto McConnell. Going to slide his way through. In fact, it's an interchange, that one. Callum Field is on.
2, move, go.
And Rovers coming. This is McConnell this time.
3, move together.
He's had a good 20 minutes, the youngster, hasn't he? He really has.
Yep, heavily involved. Lockwood onto Chisholm. Wide it goes to Ferris. Davis came onto that one.
That's a nice shift play deep in their own half there.
Chisholm picking off the back of that ruck. Running aground in midfield here. Although he's eked out some extra metres there as Callum Field. Last one here for Featherstone Rovers as Chisholm squirts the ball away. It's been allowed to bounce, and the bounce kindly in the end for Perry Whiteley.
There's a bit of nerves, isn't there, the back three from York. As you rightly point out, it's Kieran Dixon's header that led to the first side try, and Whiteley's that led to the second. So a little tad nervous there, the kick receivers from York City Knights.
Cuthbertson folded there by Featherstone.
Go 3, you're short, Brett, 1 step.
Brining on the back of that. And Rovers stampeding, or should I say York City Knights stampeding.
Yeah, round the back of the ruck once again. They really are hammering that area of the field of this York City Knights team.
Washbrook, oh, that was a good read from Chisholm. He's been allowed to get away with that one, and Kieran Dixon in turn has been allowed to get away. York on the last hit. Mikey Lewis again looking to pressure Gareth Gale. This time Ben Jones Bishop couldn't get through the crowd, but it's a penalty. Escort off the ball, I think, that one.
I think his rule that Gale played the ball and Hardcastle was in front of him, and he obviously picked it up to defuse the situation. But
offside, yeah.
This is where Featherstone have made an error now. So can York do to Featherstone what Featherstone have been doing to York, i.e. take advantage of this bit of pressure?
Lewis to Cuthbertson. Trying to blast his way through. Still going in. 36 years old, as a finalist Challenge Cup winner last year. Back at Wembley again, this time with York. Washbrook to Lewis. delays the pass. Desperate scramble from Fev. Brining sweeps left and right. Short ball. Oh, they might be in here, York. They might just be in. They're being held up.
Yeah, they rattled the post there, didn't they? A heck of a carry, that one.
Marcus Stock in around the post.
Ball, yep. He rattled it and it's still shaking, but York still 3 tackles in hand.
Clarkson onto Lewis. Short ball this time to Scott. Not far away. York back to 0. The tackle count reset.
Big
Another
chance.
set of 6 here. Clarkson to Cuthbertson. Featherstone creaking. Briney finds Washbrook. Here comes Stock again.
It's over.
So it's in. Marcus Scott. As he punks that ball into touch, Marcus Stock has scored for York. And they are back within 4. And the pendulum swings again.
What a cracking game we've got here, Matt. An absolute cracking game. And again, they took advantage of the spill from Gareth Gale. A 6 again, and then on the back of it, look at the footwork. This is a big man who carries aggressively, but this time he's ready for Strictly Come Dancing, this fella. It's absolutely fantastic footwork there, going against the grain, and then he goes low when he gets near to the try line, and over he goes. That's a really, really good individual try from one of the biggest men on the field, showing fancy Dan footwork. Great try.
Yeah, Marcus Stock, an England Students International, one of several who have made the grade from that prodigious breeding ground. And for York City Knights, the man with the head guard in the Knights colours has given his side a big route back into this game.
Yeah, mate, no worries.
It's a cracking game, Matt. It really is a good game. And I'm so pleased it is, because it's a cracking advert for Championship Rugby League. You know, the tier below the Super League. And both teams doing themselves and their fans justice. They've both come ready to play, no doubt about it.
And whilst there are the butcher stripes, the blue and white, the yellow and black around the ground, they've also got shirts of all different clubs here who've come in early to catch this one, have been rewarded so far. Dixon swipes it through. The ball game is a tight one.
It's like you strike a blow, we'll strike one back. It's absolutely cracking.
Have a go still.
10, 28 minutes gone. And both teams will feel they've done themselves justice in this great venue, but also feel the best is yet to come.
Yeah, still plenty of football to be played as we approach the half-hour mark here, and there are just 2 points in it.
Important for York here to clear their own end, feel this kick-off, clear their own end. It wouldn't surprise me to see them go for an early tackle kick, 4th tackle kick from Lewis.
Yeah, just get it downfield. Cuthbertson swarmed on that time, swamped. Down the cow.
It does look like his dad, doesn't he? How he runs and goes into the collision.
And he's certainly feeling the pinch that time from the Featherstone defenders. Shuddering drive down this left edge. York springing forth with Briney. Now Clarkson shovels the ball in field to Stock. Picked up by Brining on the back of that, scragged. Featherstone Rovers trying to limit the yardage here.
Well, they've taken the full set of 6 of York, and that poor dummy half pass put Mikey Lewis under pressure, but he's recovered really well.
Yep, the carrier back kick, as it floated around in the air, was taken well by Craig Hall. And now Gareth Gale unloaded, and that's equally tough.
He's a big man, so get your shoulder under the ball, and they force the error. Or is it a penalty?
Yep. Call from Robert Hicks. Well, maybe he's, that's harsh, that, isn't it?
I just think that's a really good tackle.
Featherstone get away with that one. So it'll be a...
Sometimes looks on your side.
Yep. 2 balls on the pitch. Mikey Lewis will clear one.
Perhaps the match commissioner can.
Well, I think that's what you might call a bit of gamesmanship there.
Well, you don't think he'd give him the ball back?
Far too honest. And there's an energy around Wembley here. Two sets of fans giving it their all for their team, who are following suit. Chisholm just directing the traffic here. Ferris, Davis.
Good play.
Oh, he had a man on his outside in Doyle.
It was good play from Brett Ferris, so skipped to the outside of the defender and just released John Davis.
New Brown back on the inside to Harrison.
He's been good, James Harrison, this first half.
Oh, here goes Craig Hall. They're looking dangerous here with Field. Last one. They're in range.
This is a big play from York City Knights. They need to defuse this threat.
Chisholm kick against the grain. Well taken. Brilliantly taken. And they're almost away. And Marcus Stock showing his value in defence as much as attack.
Yeah, I don't think he fancied 90 metres in front of him, though. I think he was looking for a defender to tackle him.
Yeah, he did the hard work. Perry Whiteley just angling across field there for York. Punishingly hot day here at Wembley.
This is very effective though from York, you know, this work round the ruck. The outside backs are getting in, and the half backs like Mikey Lewis just to test the markers and the A defenders. And it's been effective because it's getting them forward.
Brianing, just scrum cap has come off.
All right.
We've got a little delay. It's been booted, kicked off the field disparagingly there. Well, whoever's that is,
what's the scrum cap?
That's gone. Yeah, exactly. That's gone, hasn't it, for the day? Dixon. Underneath this one, Doyle. Oh, that dipped awkwardly at the last, and he did well to stoop and claim it.
Yeah, it's only his second game, isn't it, the youngster? And that's a pretty good take on this big stage, young Jacob Doyle, the ex-Castleford Academy player.
And that is strong defensive work there from York. Balls come loose though, and they're away. Featherstone here.
And this is what Featherstone love, a broken defensive line. They really do. They all get on board and play on the front foot, and they're highly skilled.
Davies taking the carry that time. Chisholm moving the ball on to Hardcastle, is it, who's just stepped in field.
Back to once.
That's another set restart here. Punishing York Field. Eating up the meters here.
Yeah, they've got York on the back foot here, Featherstone.
Lockwood out to Chisholm. Turn back on the inside to Ferris. A Wembley loser here with England in 2013. How he looked to put those memories to bed to some extent. They'll play here, Featherstone. Wide of the ruck, short ball. Oh, that's brilliant! It's that Harrison! James Harrison held up.
What a tackle! That was great work from Noel Brown, and then James Harrison really flew onto the ball. But that's a heck of a tackle. Although I think Josh Hardcastle doesn't feel as if he was held up, but unfortunately Robert Hicks does, and he's the referee. But what a piece of play there. Lovely ball there, and it's tremendous defence. Sam Scott on one side, and he's wrapped his arms around the ball, prevented him grounding it. And I think Robert Hicks is just telling him, I know what I'm doing, you know what you're doing, get on with your job.
Yeah, Josh Hardcastle, maybe the excitement of the occasion, getting the better of him as he troops back to his centre position. But this isn't over yet for Featherstone. York have still got some defending to do.
2 tackles to defend, including the last play.
Mikey Lewis.
Smart play from Lewis, so having a chat with the ref just to get some energy into the York legs. 2 plays you have to defend, fellas, or 2 plays for Featherstone to prize them open.
Sweeting to Chisholm, trying to open them up now with Hall. Davis, he's got the money ball. Doyle in the corner. This time for Featherstone, the points come. They found the gaps on that left-hand side, and Rovers strike clear again.
That was a high-quality try, that, Matt. a really high quality try because it was from a slow play the ball, a restart play the ball, and the quality of the shape and the quality of the skill stripped the York City Knights defenders and opened it up for the wingman. Look at Craig Hall's pass here. It's an absolute stonker, and then John Davis has got the skill to reel it in and just suck the winger in and send the youngster Jacob Doyle over for a try at Wembley. Tremendous rugby league there from Featherstone. That was quality.
Yeah, there'll be some players in the clubhouse at Normanton Knights punching the air with delight that one of their own has scored at the National Stadium. A tricky kick for Craig Hall, but Featherstone Rovers, who were winners here in 67, 73 and 83, taking a step closer to emulating those feats, but it's no good. This time it's a 6-point lead for Rovers.
Yeah, a bit disappointed, Craig Hall, but he'll have been very pleased with his contribution to that kid's try. Just watch Hall. He really gets to the third defender, and that creates a 3-on-2 outside. And well done, John Davis, as well. Not normally a centre, he's normally a second rower, a back rower, but that's pretty good skill and a great finish from the youngster. Very good try.
Featherstone just about keeping that in play through Dane Chisholm. And York right up in the eye line of those Rovers players. 5 to the break, as Gareth Gale making himself as awkward as possible.
Well, this is important for York, that they're just making a clean defensive set. Don't give any 6-agains away or any penalties, and make Featherstone kick from within their own half.
Featherstone full of running though. New Brown out towards Hardcastle, smuggling the ball up towards halfway into acting half. Harrison bowls it in field. Brown, Lockwood onto Chisholm, double pump there to Ferris. They've again stripped the numbers. If Davis can get the ball away, John Davis has opened up the field here. Davis infield to New Brown. Oh, that's magnificent. That is a try worthy of the setting. Featherstone Rovers hit top gear with a try of sheer class. Sheer class.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Matt. And what a killer punch that is. Try and repeat try. Look at this lovely shift from the inside their own half. Again, Lockwood was instrumental, but it was, they just stripped the numbers, and just John Davis do well, getting rid of the centre bass and then backing up on the inside for New Brown over for a really good try. That's a heck of a see you later, isn't it, from John Davis. Get out of my way. I'm setting up a try at Wembley. And New Brown's there to take full advantage. And that's a heck of a body blow in those last 2 sets. 2 tries in 2 sets.
And now they can scarcely believe it. In the Featherstone ranks, the flags are flying. The butcher stripe is one of the most distinctive of kits, and it's what you can see bouncing at one end of Wembley, at the other in black and amber. They are looking a little more forlorn now. Less than 3 to the break.
That was a great try though, man. That was an absolute quality try.
So Craig Hall, it's a 12-point lead now. Half-time beckons. Featherstone have laid a big platform for victory in this one. Black Cappers finesse.
Well, that's finesse, isn't it? Get out of the way. I'm coming through the other side. But Brown really good. He was instrumental in the shift to the left-hand side before following up on the inside. And he thoroughly enjoyed that. He's rebuilding his career in the Championship after moving over from the NRL. And he's some halfback, believe you me, he's some halfback.
Hand on.
So Kieran Dixon going a different route this time. Jacob Doyle, who's been buoyed by his score, straight up and at him.
This is important, this for York. They've gone back-to-back with tries. And from how they're shaping up as well, it wouldn't surprise me if they shift the ball again, because they've shaped up really well.
Yep, they fancy it, don't they? Brown turns it inside. York City Knights making that tackle there on field. Lockwood onto Chisholm. It's just a dizzying array of angles being thrown at York here. Harrison.
Move, get square.
Hardcastle waits. Brown to Lockwood. The forwards have been such a part of the play. They've not just run up almost empty meters. They've ball played, they've linked things. It's been a total team effort. And Dixon spilled that.
Yeah, again, the end of sets claiming the kick. It's absolutely killing York, it is. And Dixon fielded that ball, but it was the chase and the solidity of the hit, the physicality of the hit here. Bang! And that forced the ball free. So again, Featherstone's got a great attacking set. But I'm with you about the middle unit play. Lockwood has been fantastic, both carrying the ball and passing the ball, and it hasn't been off the field yet.
Huge minutes. Working on adrenaline perhaps here. Brown edging towards half-time. Hardcastle finds Harrison. This time it goes against Featherstone.
Yeah, they'll appreciate that, will York, because Maculas, I think he got under Noel Brown's skin there, and after he played the ball, he just gave him a cheap shove, really. That was Lockwood, the man who we've been singing his praises. That's his first header, really, James Lockwood. But York will be very happy because it allowed them to see the half out, and it's still only 2 scores, Matt, which is achievable.
Yeah, they might have to turn the fortunes around here, but time is on their side. Past that time. Lewis, one last play for York. Lewis almost through. Nice offload. Clarkson with a big pass wide. Ben Jones Bishop with a lot to do. Still throws one. Brining. A Hail Mary at the end of the first half, perhaps here. Dixon with the footwork. Skittering. Bangs that one down the line. This will be gathered up by Craig Hall. And that is the end of the first half, John Keir.
What a great last play there of the half, and I think that sums up the half as a whole. It's been adventurous, it's been entertaining, it's been tough, and both teams have contributed fully. But Featherstone have played some exceptional rugby league, and this is a credit to those players. 22 points to 10. More to come in the second half, and the game is still open. It's simply 2 scores for the York City Knights.
So Featherstone Rovers in the driving seat at half-time. York City Knights still in the game. It's been a super game of rugby league in the Wembley sunshine at half-time. It's Featherstone Rovers 22, York City Knights 10.
That's the kick on Dixon. Yeah, that's the kick.
I grew up in Port Talbot. It's a small town in South Wales. I grew up playing rugby union.
His speed was incredible. He could beat the guy in a phone box, give him a ball, sit back, watch, and it was magic.
I know he's my son, but he's just amazing.
Grace! It's over!
Very elusive and very fast, and he was a good athlete. Even at a young age, you could tell he was going to be a good athlete.
You're an explosion!
We was tipped off that they had some good lads playing in Aberafon, so we invited him down for a trial period.
It suited me because Derek just gave me freedom. He just said, get the ball, just find some space, find some big boys and just use your feet, just dance. I always had dreams of being a pro rugby player, and I'm fortunate really that I got a chance to come and play pro rugby league. I'm living the dream really. We had the dream in St Helens. It's massive, isn't it? It's built on top of the old mines. Obviously working class town where, similar to where I'm from, was Halbert. The boys that do come from St Helens, they've got like that grit about them where, similar to back home, like we have that like pride in like working hard and stuff like that, and that's pretty much the motto of our team. Like going back home, and it's great to see that the boys I grew up playing rugby with, it's nice to catch up with them and get everybody in one spot, really. We're fortunate to still have our steelworks running, and I have a lot of friends in there, and it keeps our town going.
Talbot's quite a deprived area, and it's just always nice to see someone do so well. And the best thing is he's remained humble, and he's just doing what he used to do, playing for the Quins.
When I go home, there's kids knocking on my mother's door with Saints tops and stuff, or my local postman. He loves it. He always tells me to go back to Union though, but he still wants his Saints signed shirt. I've started saying when I'm back in Wales, I've got to go home, and everyone hates it when I say that because I'm on about going back to St Helens. They're like, this is your home, Wales.
When he was a baby, I couldn't get through the town centre because everyone would stop. Oh, look at all the old women. Look at him, he's gorgeous.
It's the same now.
Yeah.
My mother's got 5 kids. I was the second oldest, so I was pretty much like the referee.
He still is now the family mediator, and when anyone argues, he's like, oh, you all need to grow up.
My house was a bit crazy at times of everyone being there, but yeah, she saw like the rock between us all. She was crazy herself, and I think that's where some of my siblings get their craziness from. My sister's in the public eye. She's been on like Big Brother, The Valleys. She always used to say that one day I'm going to be famous. I actually used to doubt her and say, oh well, how? And she was like, I don't know, I just am going to be. And she proved me wrong. There's some greats that have played for this club. Kel Costa, obviously, is from my town.
Kel was, well, obviously he's a legend of this club.
Kel Coughlin, and there's the moment.
He's got good footsteps to follow in there, that's for sure.
And Anthony Sullivan with a chance already on that far side.
He was rapid, wasn't he? Opened the door for me, really. Maybe one day somebody else will come through from Aberafon, which would be nice. Imagine me being up here one day, like, on a big mural. Be sick.
St Helens once again victorious.
It is a massive cup, but when people always go on about how long we've not won it for, like, I don't really look into that, like, because I'm part of the team that can win it now, so it's our team's chance now to do it.
Regan Grace is a Saints hero.
Rugby League giants, Castleford Tigers and St Helens go head-to-head at Wembley in the Challenge Cup final. Live today at 2 on BBC One and iPlayer.
It's going to be a 100-ball game.
It's 8 teams from all across the UK.
It's going to be fast, it's going to be quick.
It's going to be world-class players in every team. Biggest names, the best players.
Smashing sixes. It's wicket-to-wicket action. All about attack.
It's cricket like it's never seen before. It's going to be beautiful.
What more do you want? This is our city. This is our way. This is our game.
The 100 starts Wednesday, 21st of July on BBC Two and iPlayer.
I remember hearing that she was coming back and just thinking, like, that is phenomenal.
I don't know how I'm going to feel, actually, after this.
I'm, like, speech-slurringly tired.
I'm a mother, but I'm also a rower.
Can you say rower?
Very good.
She's on that plane. That in itself will be one of the proudest moments of my life.
We don't have to agree on everything.
Who is the best team?
Whether it was in
or out.
Who's right
and who's wrong.
That's sport.
That's why we love it.
But there are some who don't play by the rules.
Hate and online abuse ruins lives.
If we see it in our social feeds, we will call it out.
No yellow cards, no second chances. Sky Sports and BBC Sport
may not share a screen,
but we do share
this commitment.
When we're on the same team,
hate
won't
win.
Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 starts 23rd July across the BBC.
So here they come for the second half here at Wembley Stadium. The AB Sundecks 1895 Cup Final. At the moment, it's advantage Featherstone Rovers by 22 points to 10. Rovers trooping back out, York out with enthusiasm and vigour. For large chunks of that first half, John Keir, it felt like a game that was just going to be nip and tuck, but right at the back end of the half, Featherstone Rovers came up with a couple of plays, some very big plays, and just grabbed this game by the scruff of the neck somewhat.
Yeah, they got them. They got the York City Knights down the right-hand edge a couple of times off shift plays, and that man John Davis, prior to that, was instrumental in that. And they really have played some good rugby league, and I'm sure that Marchie, who's stood in as coach in James Webster's absence, will be absolutely delighted with what they've done. But this next period is crucial, absolutely crucial. York need to start really well, and they need the next points. They do. They need the next points to bring them back into the game.
So clearance has been given to Robert Hicks to get us back underway for the second half. It's a York kick-off. Featherstone get the touch of the ball, and they are straight back into it with Callum Field lumping that one up.
He's made a good impression, Callum Field, since he's come off the bench, hasn't he?
Yeah, Luke Cooper's on as well for Featherstone. The sweeting from Acton Hart.
It'll be interesting, you know, Matt, to see, because these are really difficult conditions to play in. It's 28, 29 degrees, the sun's out, and these are part-time players. All these players have got other jobs as well, so it'll be interesting to see how if the standard maintains to the first half, or if there's a slight dip through fatigue.
Yeah, especially with all the COVID implications this week, training would have been limited. Davies. Rovers looking to plunder some points here.
That's a good set, isn't it, from Featherstone, clearing their own half and making it an attacking kick.
That time, good screening by Perry Whiteley, gave Dixon a free claim. So the chase unable to really put pressure on. But York still in around their own 10, and carries like that from Whiteley are going to help, though. Ben Jones-Bishop dummies brilliantly. Weaving run by Ben Jones-Bishop.
Again, right round that ruck area, isn't it, that they've made the break. There's a Featherstone player down in the background.
Mikey Lewis puts the brakes on. Still going here, Lewis. He wasn't far off. Sniping his way through the line there. Clock's been stopped.
Where the doctor, as soon as the doctor enters the field, you've got to stop play.
And the doctor needs to come on.
Callum Field in a bit of bother in back play. He's just speaking to the medical staff. So Callum Field will limp his way back into the line, and that's bought Featherstone a little bit of breathing space here. Chance to reset.
They've still got two players left. It was Whiteley, wasn't it? Carried it in there. It was just a collision there. Total accident.
So York still have possession here. Cuthbertson This is the last. Just setting their platform this time. Lewis. Trying to make this a contest. Ben Jones Bishop taps it back. Lewis again. Well fielded in the end by Josh Hardcastle. Oh, he's knocked it on.
Yeah. A kick and a kick as the last tackle play there. And Hardcastle down on the ball. Unfortunately for him, he did lose possession. And referee Robert Hicks rightly calls a knock on. This is a big opportunity early in the second half, isn't it, for the York City Knights?
Yep, and they've loaded pretty much all their shape on that left-hand side, but that's not where they're going. Turn back towards Cuthbertson. A little bit of second phase here. Couldn't force his way through that time. The try scorer in the first half, Marcus Stock. Chris Brining! Not far off, is he? He must have scored that. James Child points for the try. Brilliantly sniping stuff from Chris Brining, and York City Knights early in the second half strike again.
Well, that's just what York City Knights wanted, and it's what the game wanted as well, because it really is game on once again. And again, it came from this this little second kick from Mikey Lewis. Grubbed along the ground, chasing his own kick. There's the error from Josh Hardcastle, and that gave the field position for Brining to do a real poacher's try there. Just telling a lie with his eyes there, looking to his outside. Oh,
looked a bit dodgy, that, didn't it?
Did he ground it? Well, as total lies looking to the outside, he's got over there. That is a controversial moment within this game.
No video ref, of course.
He's lost possession of that one.
But that, yeah.
That's no try. That's no try. But no video referee, so we get on with it.
Yeah, he looked to his touch judges before making the call. And the Featherstone fans behind the sticks have expressed their disapproval, but Kieran Dixon's boot has made it 6 points, the ball game again.
Well, that's a great start to the second half for York. Very fortuitous, because it's my belief this isn't a try. He's lost the ball, attempted to ground it, but there's an in-goal judge there, there's a referee on the field, there's touch judges, they ruled it was a try, and that's all that matters, because it's in the papers tomorrow. And then the conversion from Dixon. And it's a great riposte from York, and it really is game on. They needed to score first this second half, and they have.
So it's still anyone's game here at Wembley, this AB Sundecks 1895 Cup Final. Sam Scott runs into a blue and white wall. Clarkson, captain's knock from him so far this afternoon. Sweltering day at Wembley. Kermond. No lack of big game experience in this squad. Cuthbertson again. Balls come loose.
Backwards. So they've got to the end of the set. There's Dixon one side, there's Mikey Lewis the other side. Who's the selection?
Dixon it will be. And he puts one up that wobbles all over the shop, and Gareth Gale traps it football style and got the kind bounce. And he is a big unit, it takes some bringing down.
Great chase though from Kieran Dixon, wasn't it? They're trying to use the sun as Featherstone did in the first half, and it did cause Gale some problems, but he managed to retreat it with a very, very good chase from Dixon. Just gets to it before Dixon comes in with the tackle.
So,
go 3.
Paul
40.
to Chisholm. This time he's outside the 20, but it won't travel. Outside the 40, sorry.
It's a good kick, that, though. Right into that 10-metre box in the corner. More than happy with that as a player or as a coach.
Yeah, pin the opposition down in one end, and then you can flood the defensive line in that corner.
2. Move, keep coming.
It's York City Knights. Controversial try from Chris Brining, and an offload to Ben Jones-Bishop, but that is tenacious and urgent there from Featherstone. Brining to Cuthbertson, just starting to use that bulk rather than the subtlety. Lewis spots some space in behind. Awkward pitch for Gale. Oh, he spilled it. The ball's come loose, and they will war this one in. Jason Bass for the York City Knights with Gareth Gale and his teammate in a pickle. And Featherstone Rovers' lead has been 7-2.
Well, kick to come as well, and a very kickable one. And that man Craig Hall's had a great half, but the rugby ball shaped like that for a reason, and it's difficult to judge the bounce. The found terra firma, couldn't claim the kick-off with the defence there. A clean pick-up from Jason Bass, and he cannot believe his luck and his elation. It's there, plays at the ball, spills it, clean pick-up, and off he goes, and he says, I'm going round the post, and this game's going to be level.
And if you're a Featherstone Rovers player, fan, you've had a try that's, you know, contentious, and one mix-up between your defenders, and suddenly your lead's about to be wiped out completely. What a first start to the second half this has been.
Well, the last 10 minutes before half-time were all Featherstones. The first 10 minutes after half-time have been all Yorks.
So Kieran Dixon, and now they believe in black and gold. As the ball is pumped through, all square from where we were at half-time. That's considerably impressive from the York City Knights.
Well, they've rolled the luck, haven't they? But you've got to be able to have the field position to score scrappy and lucky tries at times, and that's what's happened. And it's even Steven once again.
So Craig Hall, whose uncharacteristic fumble and mix-up with Gale resulted in the loose ball for Bass. Well, that's caused a few issues at the back. What a kick from Craig Hall. I did say he can put up some horrors.
What a game. What a game. You think York have just clawed the way back into it, then they come up with a great kick-off like that, that's wobbling all over the place, that bounces awful. And although they're trying their best to keep the ball in play, they fail. And now it's Featherstone with a chance to poke the noses in front once again.
So Dixon's dropout finds halfway. Hall will just touch it on to Lockwood, who can wind up here.
Looked a little tired there, though, didn't he, James Lockwood? And understandably so, 50 minutes in this heat. Oh, it's offside.
And now you're compounding it. Rovers, will they go for touch or will they tap this?
Well, I think their DNA is to back their own ability, but for this one in this weather, 30 minutes to go in a cup final. In front of the post, 30 metres out. You would fancy Craig Hall to kick this, you really would. And that will just settle one or two nerves in the blue and white ranks.
Yeah, a bit of game management here from Craig Hall. Bit of cramp elsewhere for some of those Featherstone players.
I think it's James Lockwood, and there's no wonder.
It has been relentless fare. So Craig Hall with the chance to give Featherstone the lead again. Haven't seen it wiped out before. Hall steps and kicks it. 24-22. It's not over by a long shot, but Featherstone take the opportunity that's there.
It's a great game. We've had 50 minutes of absolute royal entertainment here. And again, I'll reiterate it, the best is yet to come.
And he has finally made his way for a well-earned break, James Lockwood. He has toiled for the cause, it's fair to say. So here come Fev wrapping it up off their own end of the field. Luke Cooper that time. Sweeting. Gale just getting involved. So Kopczak and Spence are on. And some changes. Sweeting is off as well. Davis raiding down this left-hand side.
He's been a handful, hasn't he, in the centre? A bit wider from his normal second row position, and it's taken some bringing down, as John Davis.
Sweeping run that time. Chisholm works the ball onto Hall. Jitterbug footwork from him. He chipped ahead to himself. Oh, Chisholm's had the ball pinched. Oh! That talk about a passage of play that had almost everything, John.
Unbelievable. Let's have a look at Craig Hall's skill first of all. Just look at this. Dabs it through, regathers, and then he gambles as Dixon. It doesn't take the ball carry, it gambles and he's going to offload and pass the ball, and it's a good gamble. Saved a try.
Clattering in. Featherstone can smell the possibility of a try here. Spence is on at hooker. New Brown turns it back to Kopczak. Already got one today. Spence, a big fend there from Kopczak at the play of the ball.
Set restart.
Set restart. Buzzer hums. New Brown has the bit between his teeth, and Rovers have another set of 6 here.
A full set right on the York line.
Spence from acting half will be taken over the line and held up. York taking the tactical decision there to force Fev back to the 10. New Brown has an arrowhead of options to aim at here. Chisholm onto Hall. Harrison. Hardcastle. York steam in en masse. Craig Hall surveys his options. Harrison shuttles into contact again.
2 players to defend York City Knights.
Spence finds field out. It goes again for Chisholm. New Brown, big pass out wide to Doyle! Oh, what a finish! What a finish in the corner from Jacob Doyle. Try number 2. And it's game on Featherstone again.
Well, they've taken advantage, haven't the Featherstone Rovers, of a set restart. And towards the end of that set, an absolute quality finish. This young kid is having a dream of a game. It's a great pass, but it's still man on man. And he just managed with that stutter step just to get himself on the outside of his winger, outside of Whiteley. And here it comes, a bit of a stutter, and then he just accelerates and fends with the right hand for a great finish. Try number 2 for Jacob Doyle. What a game the young man is having. His second game of professional rugby league.
Yeah, we said Normanton Knights clubhouse might be a little bit noisy. Well, I dare say the roof will have come off there. And the Featherstone fans, having seen that lead wiped out, have seen their team stamp their authority on this 1895 Cup tie. Craig Hall then, with a kick from the touchline. This time has got the range.
What a kick.
This time has got the angle, and this time he's got the points, John.
Well, that's how you make up for an error, isn't it, Craig Hall? You know, he made that error, allowed York to tie the scores, came up with a kick-off that was, you couldn't deal with it. And then there's this lovely pass from Noel Brown, but look at the finish here at the end of the set from the youngster. Great footwork, great handoff, great finish. Well done, young man.
Jacob Doyle has taken Featherstone closer to Wembley success.
Penalty.
For the 4th time in their history, and they've got a penalty for a high shot too.
Yeah, the need to get the ball back in the hands, York. You know, they didn't claim the kick-off. They gave a 6 again. The next set, they've given a penalty. So this becomes set number 4. Featherstone have had ball in hand. And they're too good a team to allow them to dominate possession like this.
This line's good, this line's good.
Threaded to touch. Tap for Featherstone. Davis to Chisholm. Plenty of hands in each move. It's teamwork and fluidity.
Get square, hold.
Gale wants a quicker play of the ball. And quiet by his standards in terms of scoring tries, but he's done an awful lot of donkey work for his team instead. Cooper moves it on to Chisholm. Chisholm was swinging away to this left side for Davis.
Well done, Nico. As it was one-on-one again. That was a good low tackle that chopped on John Davis down.
Jacob Doyle leads Featherstone into the 20. This is where they look dangerous again. Kopjak, now New Brown, so much shape, short ball, Harrison! That's a deserved score. That's a deserved score, and Featherstone just pulling away now, purring through the gears, and James Harrison, son of the Rhino, Carl, gets his side on the board again.
And that is a better try when we look back than it first appeared. And the crucial play is Harrison's line. It bounces to the outside. Mikey Lewis has got in front of Sam Scott, and what he does, he fixes Sam Scott and then bounces into the outside line. Absolutely superb, because that where's the gap was. Lewis was in front of the defender, and that bounce line gave them the try. That's a real quality piece of back rowers play from James Harrison, and a fully deserved try.
Yeah, he's been all energy for his team, and now he's got some points, and now maybe, never say never after an afternoon like this, John, but maybe he's just taken his side step closer to clinching that trophy. Craig Hall can open up a 3-score lead here. If he kicks this one, yes, he does. And York have a job to do with about 20 minutes to go.
Those people loving it, aren't they? And that guy loving it as well, David March. But Craig Hall is an absolute quality player, you know. Lots of Super League experience, and when you need something crucial, he always comes up with it for this side. It's a real good fullback, real good player.
So Dixon goes the low Grubber approach. Craig Hall manages to smother it in, and Gale, well, sinks to his knees in the tackle. Featherstone Rovers, one more try might just kill it off. But York City Knights will continue to slug away. Kopjak into actually in half. Spence, Chisholm, Ferris back on the inside to Davis. The ball movement from Featherstone's been really good. It's just been turning the ball back on the inside, never allowing York to settle. Powerful surge here. Down that centre channel. Kopjak away to Chisholm. Ferris back on the inside. Brilliant break here. Hardcastle hits the accelerator, and Hardcastle might just have handed the cup, as Craig Hall might just have handed the cup, to Featherstone Rovers. Craig Hall.
Yeah, that's the sign of a tired defence, that haven't had the ball for a fair bit of time. And it was just really smart rugby league by the Butcher's shirts. It really was. Let's look at this. There's a fatigue on the inside, and they've just picked that out. And Hall's smart enough to read that, and the ball carrier's smart enough to drop the ball inside as well. It's Brett Ferris, really clever, pulled the defender out of position. The inside defender hadn't worked to fill that gap. Craig Hall spotted the gap, and we've just been singing his praises before. Well, that's why, because it's absolute quality, and the game, I feel now, will be won.
Craig Hall, arms outstretched. Knows that try might be key. And now he has the chance to really put the shutters down on York City Knights.
It's a great atmosphere, isn't it? It really is. This has been a massive success. It's been a massive success on the playing field, but it's been a massive success off as well.
Craig Hall, well, he won't care too much about that. Probably every muscle twitching with emotion as he kicked that ball, because Craig Hall's try beautifully worked back on the inside from Brett Ferris.
Well, this glut of possession, it's just done York, hasn't it? It really has. You know, they got back even Steven, then the penalty kick, and I don't think they've touched the ball since then. And Featherstone really have taken full advantage.
Oh, they've made a bit of a hash of that one. Commando roll from Josh Hardcastle. Just about drew that ball in.
Well, York need the ball. They just need to make this defensive set and get the ball back in their hands, because you can physically see them that they're absolutely drained energy-wise.
Three, leave him. Get square, Tim, all the way. Hold, go, not square, Sam.
Ferris. In fact, it's Field, isn't it? Callum Field, who is plugged away for the cause. Chisholm. All about just turning York round now, knowing they're tired, cranking up the fatigue, making them play out from their own end.
Well, it's about game management, isn't it, from Featherstone Rovers now. They've won the game. They've known it to win it again. So they've just got to conserve their energy to make sure they can defend when required. And that's now, and as I say, this is the first time York have had the ball for a number of minutes, and they looked absolutely gassed in the previous defensive set. So there's going to be some brave men who are going to have to carry the ball forward.
Interacting half jump. Ben Jones Bishop crunches that one forward. Playing out the back that time from Spears. Down the cow. Penalty goes York's way. And Robert Hicks just pointing the finger at John Davies, I think, there.
Well, that's just what York need. They need a bit of ball in their hand for a number of sets.
18 minutes to go. Jubb poised. They must score now, you feel, if they are to jag themselves back into this game. Jubb goes wide of the rook that time. Lassoud still gets the ball away to Lewis. Pressing.
Good tackle, Ferris there, and it needed to be.
So close to the line that time, Jubb. Oh, it's been picked up by Chisholm. He was a mile off when he made the run. It looked nice, but there's a reason he got there, eh, John?
If he'd had a yellow shirt on, he'd have been onside. Yes.
So York have a chance to make this pay. Bit of gamesmanship there from Dane Chisholm, tapped by Jubb. Washbrook turns it onto Teamby. They've got plenty of options to hit here, York. Teamby's one, Washbrook is one. Now Lewis. Dixon, oh, the ball bounces loose.
All on.
Now they're going to put the hammer down. They're streaking back to cover. Gale was there in support, but it just didn't have the legs. Hardcastle.
Bass and Jones Bishop did a good job there. It shows us plenty of heart and spirit in this York City Knights team.
Yeah, they weren't going to let them have a cakewalk to the line, were they, that time? Brown, Hall, Chisholm, Ferris wrapped down the cow, took the man, took Davis. hit on suspicion, that wasn't it? I think.
I thought the Featherstone had run round the back of Davis, and I think that's what Danny Washbrook's indicating. But he certainly got tackled in Brett Featherstone.
Yeah.
See there, I thought he went round the back of him. But the referee's giving it for Downey Cow's hit on suspicion, shall we say. If there's anywhere near me, I'm going to tackle him. Going for goal now.
If you came down my channel, you're going to get hit. Yeah.
So this is smart from Hall, though. They're 18 points up. There's obviously a lot of fatigue on both sides in these really difficult, hot conditions. And he's just taking a bit of sting out of the game. He'll take the full minute. And here we see there, this is the spirit of York here. Great work from Bass and from Jones-Bishop, tracking back to prevent a try.
Textbook cover tackle, that, wasn't it, from Bass?
I just love the attitude. I love the attitude. You know, we talk about the technical aspect and so on, but I love the attitude that 18 points down, they're still working their legs off.
Craig Hall sends it on its way. No good. But what it does do...
It's a minute gone, isn't it?
It chews down the clock.
It's run down the clock. They still get the ball back because he put it dead.
Paul Marsh stood at the moment. Gareth Gale with a rather unorthodox attempt to trap the ball there. And Featherstone Rovers on cruise control at the moment, although there's a man down. Gale stays down. So we'll have Robert Hicks just allowing a bit of treatment to continue. So 13 minutes to go. We'll have a look at that one again. Low tackle.
Nothing wrong with the tackle. Two-man tackle, one underneath the ball, the other controlling the top half of his body. Didn't go past the horizontal.
So Spence moves the ball infield to field. Chisholm saw what he could do in the first half with that weaving footwork. Muscled out of it that time. Mikey Lewis and Sam Scott. Featherstone Rovers. Further points would probably well and truly put this one beyond York. If it isn't already. Chisholm on the last. Davis will chase. And they will try to smuggle the man into touch on this near side. Perry Whiteley.
A very clever end, wasn't it? Really clever. It was just a chip kick over the top, but it had enough hang time. The ball in the air for Davis and for the youngster Doyle to get Whiteley and bundle him into touch. There you see his right arm definitely in touch, so correct decision from the touch judge.
Spence to New Brown. Ducking and a dive in here, Hardcastle. Spence just strolls to the play of the ball. New Brown trying to finish this one off here. Lockwood. Spence. New Brown short ball. They are putting them under duress. Forward pass though. So we'll get the ball back here. 11 minutes to go.
Tired bodies out there.
Jacob Doyle, who scored 2 today, just receiving a...
Well, it won't be
desperate for some help.
I mean, it's only his second game as a first-team player, and it won't be used to the pace and intensity of the game. He's cramping up, but he needs to get sorted because he's had a great afternoon, and he wants to see the last 10 minutes out.
Yeah, the last thing he'll want is to go off the field at this stage, and he want to be part of the lap and everything as it goes as expected.
Well, even the physio there looked fatigued, didn't he, running across?
Yeah, it's a long way, isn't it, actually, from one of that side to the other.
Send a driver for him.
Get one of those little mini cabs. Jacob Doyle's limped to his feet. Good to go. York City Knights, no. They are in last chance saloon. And they're struggling to pay for a pint at the moment. Not going their way. Lewis arcing across field. Washbrook that time to Clarkson. Solid hit that time. Rhett Ferris and Callum Field leaving their imprint. Sure has options, but York going through the motions a bit here. Scott goes wide to Ben Jones-Bishop. Well read by Featherstone. They've absorbed everything that is being thrown at them at the moment. Lewis will get the kick away. Bit of a box kick almost, that one there. It kicks up awkwardly. Washbrook, Dixon tries to chip over the top. Hardcastle's going to have to react here. Hardcastle doesn't react. Ben Jones-Bishop's hacked it on. It will trickle dead. And Featherstone Rovers will have to drop out here.
They won't mind that. Clock's ticking down. They'll take the full 35 seconds before them to restart.
The Featherstone fans are cheering at the moment, John. They've found their voice.
Well, rightly so. They've just witnessed their team play in a final in a really good manner. And York City Knights have also contributed greatly.
So the kick downfield, fielded by Down-Cow from the dropout. York wants something. A glimmer of hope. As Featherstone edge towards Wembley success again. Washbrook, Mikey Lewis speeds things up a bit. Good defensive read on Kieran Dixon there from Gale. He's got himself caught behind the ruck. Lewis, Mikey Lewis.
He deserves that.
I think he scored that. Yes, he has. And York City Knights have the tiniest glimmer of light here at the back end of this final.
Well, he's deserved that, as Lewis has been a bundle of energy throughout, and certainly a bundle of energy as everybody's tired as the game's gone on. You've just seen here, he's just refusing to be tackled. He's just saying, I ain't going down until I have achieved what I want, which is crossing that white one. And he's just challenged the defence. You won't think for one so small that he's actually bumped. It was like a pinball, basically. Pinball with good footwork. And that's a real good try for the youngster on loan from Hull Kingston Rovers.
Yeah, bright future expected of him. He's now got a Wembley try under his belt. But him and his teammates are going to have to turn up the comeback of comebacks here if they have to snatch something. As it's sent on its way, flags go up. So 12 points in it. We've got just under 8 to play. Are we on for another Wembley roller coaster?
Let's hope so. But this is it's just sheer determination, refusing to get tackled. There's nothing about shape, etc., or stripping numbers or hitting it. It's just saying, you ain't going to tackle me. I'm going to carry this ball and you ain't going to tackle me.
So Featherstone Rovers, one hand on the cup. Will York snatch it away? And Craig Hall, just imagine to eke out a bit more time.
He's been tremendous, hasn't he, Craig Hall? Really, there've been some great performers for Featherstone. Been real impressed with Lockwood. Kopchak's first stint was outstanding. Ferris has contributed. In fact, you can look right across. John Davis, been magnificent in the centre.
Yep, the Ray French player of the match, of course. He's up for grabs. So Jubb, Clarkson, Kieran Dixon, Trying to get away here. Mikey Lewis spots that space in behind the ruck. Ball comes loose.
And who made the tackle? John Davis.
Yeah, pure graft, I think.
I think he just felt, look, I've had enough of this. I'm going to put you down. But he's been penalised.
So Lewis clubs it to touch. Big kick from him. York City Knights are in chance your arm territory now. Good to go, says Robert Hicks. As they bend their backs, Tim Spears that time. Washbrook pirouettes and thrings the pass away towards Chubb. Scott now for the Knights. And they're eating up the ground. Washbrook trying to orchestrate affairs here. Oh, the ball comes loose. John Davis got right in the eye line.
He's had a great game, hasn't he? Because they were looking threatening there, York, but it came out of the line, he read it, and it just caused Lewis to take his eye off the ball.
So Featherstone Rovers with John Davis.
He's had a good afternoon, hasn't he?
So Featherstone Rovers ramping up here.
Yeah,
Spence.
The energy tanks are running on empty, aren't they, at the minute, both teams just hanging in there. It's been a great piece of entertainment, though, this game.
Spence onto Lockwood, who will follow in the footsteps of Malcolm Dixon and Terry Hudson. If it goes as planned here for Fair, and it's just sparking a little now. Don't get me wrong, it's been tasty, but first time we've seen it really stretch towards a little bit of physicality away from the game.
Yeah, it's good to see Lockwood and Spears, former teammates, and very similar in how they play, to tell the truth. There's no quarter asked or given, as indicated with that challenge on Lockwood by Spears.
Yeah,
so
Lockwood definitely.
Yeah. I think that's a penalty.
Hello, mate. I think that one said. So they're making a change. And Spence is coming off for Featherstone.
The game boils over, and we've not had anything
they're just having a chat.
76 minutes. Let's not have something silly in it finally.
Robert Hicks just explaining to Ronan Dixon that look at the clock, let's not have any of that at this stage of the game.
It's 4 minutes on that clock.
So Featherstone Rovers will get the penalty here. Spence is off and Sweeting is back on. Callum Field just getting a chat from Robert Hicks, who's keen for dialogue.
Time back on, come on, let's go.
So Chisholm.
It's quite right, the referee, because it's been a great game, and don't spoil it. You know, don't spoil it.
So Doyle will tap. Featherstone Rovers are less than 5 minutes away from success here at Wembley. They are thundering forward. McDonald. Lockwood. Just the second tackle in the set here. Featherstone can take their time. McConnell poised at acting half. Chisholm strikes the one-pointer.
Clever play.
That for sure will make sure that trophy is heading back to Post Office Road.
Yeah, it's clever play there from Dave Chisholm, because there is no way back whatsoever for York. I didn't think there was any way, but to put it 3 scores, making it a 13-point difference. And it's a well-executed drop goal there Just a smart piece of play.
And he punches the air with delight.
Interesting
Well,
as
he
well
landed.
that young Joe Summers is making his debut. Just come on the field, making his debut at Wembley.
What a special day.
How many people can say that?
So Joe Summers, the 20-year-old Castleford's Academy Player of the Year and Players Player of the Year in the Academy ranks in 2019. There he is. What a way to embark on a first great career on this particular stage. So great play from Jacob Doyle there. Presence of mind, put his foot in touch. Made sure he got that one in. As the ball is sent to touch by Craig Hall. And they can finish with a special moment here. We have the Rovers set here. Chisholm on to Hall. Hall with the pass on to Davies. Hall poised and acting half. Back in field to Chisholm. Now Summers to write his name into Featherstone history perhaps here. McConnell finds Chisholm. New Brown. Harrison again came on a steam train line. Featherstone throwing everything at it here to finish this one off in fine style. Summers, oh, he's thrown a wild pass.
Can he go on
and
the way?
Perry Whiteley puts the accelerator down.
Gale's got him.
Gareth Gale chasing back.
Oh, what a finish.
Couldn't take him. And Perry Whiteley with the York lose this game, which they most likely will. He will have a moment to savour. An intercept try at Wembley. York City Knights are down, but they're not out, John.
Well, it looked for all the world if another try was coming. There were three men outside Brett Featherstone, just Whiteley in the York defensive line. He gambled, he went for the intercept, he got it, and he did a great job. I thought Gale was running him down, but he managed to kick out of that tackle, and that's a great try. And what a memory to take away from a Wembley final. A 90-metre intercept score.
So there he's kicked it. Mikey Lewis kicks it between the posts. And as the pass is thrown from Ferris.
He read it exactly right. There's Hall, there's Davies, there's the winger outside there. But that's how it ended up, under the post at the Featherstone end, with the York player scoring, Perry Whiteley.
Yep. So, as he prepares to take this kick, this restart of the game, Craig Hall, who is in shot, is the Ray French Player of the Match award for the AB Sundecks 1895 Cup Final. Craig Hall has had his fingerprints all over everything that has been good about Featherstone today as they head towards the kick, as they head towards the success that is this 1895 Cup Final. Clarkson, Ben Jones-Bishop.
What credit to York, though. They are playing absolutely to the final hooter.
Set restart here. They might make it interesting. They might make it interesting. 1 minute to go.
Move together.
York City Knights still going through. Looking for that glimmer, shred of hope that might just have been well and truly ensconced there. Spears onto Washbrook. Jason Bass trying to wriggle away. Still tackles left in the bank here for York. But with less than 30 seconds remaining, the ball comes loose. Featherstone Rovers get it back in a week which has been seen both sides struggle with the barrier, the issues of COVID and injuries, getting two teams together to put on the show that they have done here at Wembley. It will be the Featherstone Rovers, though, who will take the 1895 Cup out when that hooter goes.
Well, they've been fully deserved as well, haven't they, Featherstone? Been absolutely tremendous. The hoot has gone.
So the champions, the winners of the AB Sundecks 1895 Cup for 2021 are the Featherstone Rovers. A week bereft and beset by COVID problems in both sides, but they put out two teams that have contributed to an absolute cracker of a cup final. York's first appearance at Wembley since 1931 ends in defeat, but for Rovers, a fourth win at Wembley is theirs. They are the winners of the 1895 Cup. John Keir.
What a magnificent 80 minutes of rugby league that was. Take your hat off to both sets of players, both coaching staff. We've been royally entertained. The players have given absolutely everything. You've got to admire York for how they hung in there, they played to the very, very end, and the challenge Featherstone throughout. But this is a quality Featherstone Rovers team, and they're fully deserved winners. When they needed big plays, they came up with big plays, and they've clinched this trophy. But what a game. Well done the RFL for this concept, and this concept's been a great success. I can't wait for next year, and well done to the fellas, and enjoy yourselves tonight, guys.
So the York City Knights fans are silent. They saw their side turn in a huge performance. Brett Featherstone, Adam Cuthbertson, former Leeds teammates, of course, can now share a moment together. Likewise, the likes of Tim Spears and James Lockwood, who we saw almost come to blows. That's what it means at this level. These players, as the Featherstone players go to their contingent, where they will see the applause, the rapturous applause of a group of fans who have seen their club battle. You know, the glory days of the 80s and the 70s and the 60s that might have gone, but today is a little taste for those fans who didn't get to experience those days.
Oh, it's magnificent, isn't it? They've got to enjoy the moment, live in the moment for this point in time. They've had a great following come down to London of the Flat Cappers, the Featherstone Rovers team, and they're enjoying it now, and rightly so. They deserve to get into the final. They gave us a great performance in the final. And what a day for that young man. You know, Jacob Doyle played on the wing, his second first team game, 2 tries, a winner at Wembley. My word, it's what dreams are made of, Matt.
And for the York players, there is disappointment for Paul March, who's the stand-in this afternoon for the unfortunate James Webster, who is stuck at home, having been part of the COVID issues this week. Brett Ferris gives a big hug to Paul March, who has done the job in his kind of a senior's absence, really, this week.
He really has done a great job as Marchie, but I think both clubs can take great credit, because there has been COVID issues. They've managed them, and they've got 2 teams out here today who've done their clubs absolutely, and the game proud. It's been a great occasion.
Today's massive for Featherstone. They're getting some piece of silverware. They've got, it's like they're almost re-evoking the days of Hudson and Hobbs and Steve Quinn. For York City Knights, this is a team that, you know, a couple of years ago almost went out of business. They've had a Wembley day today. Magnificent. And I think the Featherstone players who are heading over to receive their spoils, finally they will get their hands on the trophy.
Well, the Flat Caps will be out tonight, won't they? My word.
It could be a wild one. They will be welcomed back to Post Office Road with a big piece of gleaming silverware. For York, it'll be a case of what might have been maybe some jitters in the first half when they made a couple of errors that were ruthlessly punished by Featherstone. But I mean, some people, when you looked at the form book, were thinking that this would be a walkover. It was anything but that.
Anything but it was a great game. It was, and York have really contributed to it. I just think it's been, as a curtain raiser to the main event, it couldn't have been any better whatsoever. It's been absolutely first class, a 10 out of 10.
So the Featherstone players being very swiftly brought to the point where they will be presented with the trophy. So the presentation, we're not far off here. Your players will have to walk past that cup and realise that they are going to get nothing this afternoon. And for the Featherstone Rovers players, now it's a case of bring it on. That moment of joy, the medals are there, the trophy is there, and the Ray French Player of the Match award, of course, as well, which will be presented. Craig Hall awaiting his individual prize, the team awaiting their wider prizes.
Well, they can enjoy their moment in the sun, can't they? They've earned it. And he was tremendous, Craig Hall, wasn't he? Came up with the big plays when they were required. That one had led to a York try, but my word, he's got much more in the positive column than the negative column. And a fully deserved winner of the man of the match.
Well, he'd never played at Wembley before, had Craig Hall, despite being part of the Hull squad in 2008 for the Challenge Cup final. On his day in the sun, and it quite literally has been a day in the sun, Craig Hall has collected the Ray French Player of the Month match award, and he will receive that very shortly. So Featherstone Rovers in position, the trophy in position.
Well, they want to get the trophy, don't they?
Yeah, I think they're wondering what's going on as well.
They're as eager as anything. Craig Hall wants his man of the match trophy. The Featherstone Rovers want the 1895 trophy.
And I think York just want to get back on the bus.
No,
or in the shower.
York can be immensely proud, and they've created memories for themselves and their fans, and they've contributed to a great spectacle.
So Craig Hall ready to accept his Player of the Match award with a huge performance. Craig Hall. Pivotal, crucial touches from the experienced fullback, and he collects his individual honour. Special medal to signify his special contribution. And now he and his teammates, this is what it's all been about this afternoon. The chance to get your hands on a medal and eventually the cup. Craig Kopchak takes his medal off the table. John Davies played such a crucial role today as well. And then youngsters likes of Doyle and Summers. These Featherstone Rovers players join a unique group, not those who've played in the Butcher's stripe and won here at Wembley. 2 years ago, Johnny, was the Sheffield Eagles we saw. Yep. Adding to their illustrious history today, it is Featherstone Rovers.
And I'm really pleased for that guy, James Lockwood. He's been an absolute stalwart of the club, and he fully deserves this moment of glory.
So Laura Beaumont hands the 1895 Cup, along with Mike Smith, to James Lockwood, who will take his name amongst the likes of Malcolm Dixon and Terry Hudson as a captain to have led Featherstone Rovers to victory at Wembley. The 2021 AB Sundecks 1895 Cup winners are Featherstone Rovers. Their captain James Lockwood, their Player of the Match Craig Hall, and the Flat Cappers. It is their day in the sun.
What a great season, what a great contribution those guys made in the yellow shirts, the York City Knights. But those boys deserve to enjoy every single minute of this. It's a tough game, it's been played in trying conditions, and it's been a great spectacle. And haven't those people enjoyed it?
So that's as far as we go here on the red button, on the iPlayer and the BBC Sport website this afternoon. Because Featherstone Rovers are the 1895 Cup winners. The Challenge Cup follows on BBC One with Dave Woods, John Kate and Jonathan Davies. From all of us here at Wembley, goodbye.